Today guys, back 9 of my open qualifying attempt. We have brand new clubs, we have some fitted Tacomos. We're out here. Last week you'll have seen the front 9. Not the best of starts, but there's plenty of chances to come here on the back 9 before we finish on this par 3. Right guys, back 9 now, 3 over par. We need to get something going to even get close to level par, and even level par might be cutting it fine to qualify when they host open qualifying.
Great drive.
That will certainly help.
Wow.
Straight up the middle. Already better than the front 9, because I didn't hit a drive like that. Right, so a fairway found here, and we'll take that all day long, so we need a few birdies to get back towards where we want to be. There's only one par 5, there's a couple of long testy par 4s on this back 9, but another hole into the wind. So we're going to go a nice little 8 iron here. Slight pull, but it's on the green. Right, so just around about 30 feet left. Give it a go. A good par to start. Right, so new tee here on the 11th hole. So we've got 175 yards to the middle of the green. The pin is at around about 192 to be precise. You can see tees are as far back as you can get them. Bobby's about to fall down into the abyss. So we've got a 4 iron, so a longer par 3 here, a fantastic par 3. Tee box used to be over there behind those trees, but we've got some new tee boxes now in play. A little bit to the right. Yep, back right of the green. We might be chipping again, unfortunately, unless it's held on there. We can't see in the shade, but so far, not so bad. So we're being helped out here by the sprinkler. I'm sure there'll be many people on open qualifying day who would rather be there and dropping than down there. Right, let's keep the par run going. Or,
Oh,
good roll, we'll take it. Still 3 over. So guys, stroke index 4 here. We're under the tunnel that we've just gone through, under the A57. We've got a 423 yard par 4. Like I say, stroke index 4. You can see this tee box is considerably further back. I'm sure on the actual open qualifying day it will be right back there playing its full length. It's a very narrow looking tee shot, and this is where it's another one for an iron. So driver here can run out. It's going to be a long iron and put yourself into a good position. And that should be right down the middle. And I can see a nice penetrating ball flight here from the C-taper shaft, so certainly can tell the difference in the weight. But like we've mentioned earlier in this video and in last week's video, this was an online fitting. These are 10 grams heavier than the previous clubs. I have gone for a full set of CBs, but so far from those questions I've got a little bit of a better ball flight, more consistent on the off strikes, which I've certainly had today. Still 3 over par, which if I can finish there, I'd say that's not bad going. Right, 8 iron in here, so again a 423 yard hole. We've gone with a 4 iron into position A. Downhill again, so although we've got 175 to the flag, I'm going to be landing this just a little bit short and letting it run onto the green. Very similar to the 9th hole from last week.
shot. Great shot.
Should be pretty good. Even Bob's giving me a good shot. Right, so we've used the contours. We've used a bit of course knowledge. And the search goes on. Still 3, another one missed. But we say that's another one missed. From there, percentage wise, around about 15 feet. A tour player is going to be 1 in 4, 1 in 3 at best. So for most golfers, we're not holing many of those. We've just got to keep giving ourselves chances. Okay, straight into stroke index 2, 456 yards. There's a lot of trouble here, so you see the 3 bunkers on the left hand side of this hole, so it's about getting in a good position here. Not trying to do something silly.
Shot.
That'll do. Middle stripe. Right, unfortunately, we have just ran out of the fairway, so it did pitch in the middle there. It was one of those, could I take on the bunkers? It's not worth the risk, because if I was in there, I definitely can't reach the green.
Shot.
We might have another chance. Nearly an eagle, never mind a birdie. Has run on a little bit, 25 feet downhill. Too much respect there. Right, hole 14, we have a par 5, so again, hopefully going to give ourselves a chance at a birdie. Still 3 over, so I'm more than happy with that, because again, not a full-time player, but the irons are certainly working well. You can see on the last, that 8 iron pitched at the number that I wanted it to, ran out to around about 25 feet, certainly gave me a chance. So far, the irons are certainly working. So does an online fitting work? You decide. Just up the left, might be in the thick rough, but hopefully we'll find it. Right, so the rough that hasn't been allowed to be cut for around about 3 weeks now, it's still got another 2 weeks to go. It might be a few lost golf balls in here, to say the least, so we're going to try and get out here, pitching wedge, try and get back in the fairway, and again, scramble.
Well,
not bad, we can get there. Okay, so 200 yards left, we're not making it easy work. 6 iron, middle of the green.
shot.
Left hand side, a long putt. Right, again, perfect distance there with a 6 iron. So it's very easy to go into these irons, and we know we've mentioned in that fitting, I don't know, I'm putting my glove on for, in that fitting that they are the same loft. So the MBs and the CBs are exactly the same. So you can obviously change into those. So far, so good. Roll there. A little bit of work left. I've had a fair few of these knee knockers. Still 3. So 15th hole here, we've got 361 yards, stroke index 12, so you'd think that's another chance, but it's a very difficult green when we get down here. Your line is between the 2 big trees in the distance, and we're pitching on. Side there might be that wide that it's on the wrong hole. Not a great drive on the last 2 holes. Right, so I've never been over here. I can honestly say that Sandwich here, everything runs down to the green here, so I'm going to go right of the flag. So even with a bad shot, we haven't got much club in here.
Shot.
Yep. Right, an unexpected chance here from that tee shot. Sometimes they're the ones, but again, not today. But again, it's a relatively easy par there. And we move on to a hole which is normally a par 5, but off the blues and for open qualifying, it's a long par 4. Right, it's a long par 4, like I say, 487 yards. And you can see from the whites, par 5, it's 487 yards. So exactly the same yardage here on this hole, so certainly changes this, even in meters here on the yardage markers. Straight over the marker.
Shot.
So a good drive, it could be a long way in. Unfortunate there, obviously the fairway does slope to the left, so just into the rough, 210 yards to the flag, into the breeze. So we are going to go with the trusty 4 irons. So again, when I did the numbers with these irons, with these shafts, we was getting around about 200 carry on a good one, going out to around about 220. So they should be the club.
Shot.
And it is the club. If you strike it correctly out of the middle, then it will go where you want it to. Finally. So that for me right there really shows that online fitting, because a 4 iron from playing 220 into this breeze has done exceptionally well. Distance has been good, but if that was with the KBS Tour 120 shafts, the stiff shafts, probably would have spun up a little bit more and potentially not reached. So normally this would be an eagle chance, not today. For a birdie. Another one with a pretty good line. We take a par into the breeze all day. We're still 3 over. We've got a reasonable par 4 to come that might give us another chance, although it is into the breeze. And then we've got a tough closing hole. Right, 17th hole, 403 yards. It is stroke index 6, although I said it is another good chance. Driver again. There is a dog walker there that's right in the line. In black.
I can't see that.
Blending in with the old foliage. So we will wait. The coast is clear. I know what you're thinking, Bob. It's lucky we waited. That would have killed them. 160 yards to the flag. Again, wind seems to have died. A little bit downhill. I'm going to go with an 8 iron here. When we get a chance. Right, so not the best shot there. Again, the green staff came past, so we couldn't really speak, but that landed short. It was a total mistrike, but if Bobby pans around to show you where it is, it's pin high. So again, forgiveness from those irons is much better. I would say if that was an MB, it might have stayed short of the green, for example. Over, 1 hole to play. It's a long par 4. I don't think it's going to be a birdie chance, but I'm pretty happy.
Long par 4?
Long par 3 even. It's not a par 4, but sometimes it can play that. But so far, I'm happy with those Takomo irons. Guys, have you done an online fitting? Would you even consider doing that? And if you've got Takomos, what Takomos are you using? Right guys, so 18th hole here, you can see a tough closing hole. Stroke index 10, but plays 100, or plays 210 even, not 110, otherwise it'd be a relatively easy hole. So it's downwind, so again we've found a hole that's slightly downwind. I'm going to go with a 6 iron here, and we shall see. Can we finish off? We're just short, maybe in the bunker. First bunker of the day with the clubhouse behind. It's not the shot you want. Right. So just a little bit short here on the last. So the wind's picked up now, but it did die on the tee. I probably should have changed club. I'm sure there will be many people on the Open qualifying day that are probably shorter than the green than long. So let's see what we can do. Not a bad chip over there, I would take that, but plenty of work left to try and stay at 3 over. Right, so can we hole out here? So far I'm happy, first 18 holes in a long time. And it's another one. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people there. 4 over par. We will talk about in the next couple of weeks how the scoring went, but guys, if you enjoyed that, that is the first 18 holes I've played in a long time, the first 18 holes with those Takomo fitted irons. If you enjoyed that guys, hit the subscribe button below and we'll see you again very soon.